Liliveth Tate channel. How is everybody in the world today, tonight, or afternoon in your time? Hello, hello. Hello. So I just need to adjust my phone or my camera. Okay. So good morning. Here in the Philippines is 6 o'clock a.m. How is everybody in the world today? Before we start, okay, so I would like to make a love shout out to all my members, okay? So I don't want to mention your name, so you already who you are. So mega love shout out, and of course, mega love shout out to all my new subscribers here in the Philippines, United States of America, Vietnam, and India. And mega love shout out to all my new subscribers who subscribed on my channel. And mega love shout out to my new viewers. Hello. So today is very nice weather. It's very quiet because you know what, guys? Here in the Philippines is November 1st. November 1st is annual public holidays here in the Philippines. So we celebrate November 1st and November 2nd. So I'm gonna share that some information about those um, people that especially people in the West, because you know we have traditional in culture here in the Philippines when it comes to November 1st and November 2nd. So we do this annually. Okay, so today I would like to announce for those new subscribers or new to my channel that you know I understand that you really want to have a range for that, but here's the mechanics of my channel is very simple, guys, very simple. So I have my own rules on my channel. So if you want to have a range or blue range, so you have to click that join button. Okay, so any level you want to join. And then once you join, automatically I will give you range for that. And then there's another option. So all you have to do, as you can see on the right side of your screen, and there's a dollar sign there. All you have to do is click that dollar sign, no amount mentioned. So it's important that you send me a donation, and definitely I will give you range for that. So that's my uh, option. Okay, so I will not, you know, I will not say this again. So that's my rule. So I don't want to be unfair for those people that has range that they already send donation and send join to my membership join button than the people who come here and ask for range that they don't nothing or they don't help my channel. So I want to be fair for everyone. Okay, so another thing is everyone is welcome on my channel, but the thing is you have to be control your behavior, because I don't want to end up that you know everyone get uh, upset or feel negative vibes for them. So you have to be control that, because you're very welcome and I want to listen, or I want to hear your opinion about the discussion that we gonna talk. Okay, so it's just like in short, we need to respect with each other, especially the comment that you dropped on the live chat. Okay, so then for those ones to come here and just make something that you know like trolls, okay, so leave my channel because I don't want to say nothing, but I have two things that I'm gonna use that for you so that you will stop daddy's finger and mommy's finger, so you don't want daddy's finger get upset or mommy's finger get upset, okay? So is that clear, guys? So if that's clear, then you're very welcome to my channel, okay? Because here's the thing, that we need to spread good vibes to everyone. We need to spread knowledge. We need to spread information to everyone, especially if you're in other countries. Learn some other countries' cultures, because that's the way I do. I love to learn some new cultures from different countries all over the world, okay? Share your culture, share your knowledge to everyone, so it doesn't mean where you're from, okay? As long as you behave, and that kind of experience, that kind of knowledge is very informative, then you're very welcome to my channel to join or to express or share some that kind of knowledge. So is that clear, guys? So today it's kind of a very, here in the Philippines is very quiet, because everybody is swamped, doing things, because actually, 2 days before, once the government announced that they can go to different private or public cemetery, but there's a certain time that they allow, okay, they start that, 2 days or 3 days ago, that you can start, to visit, especially in a public cemetery, is 5 a.m. until 7 p.m. And there's a certain things that you cannot allowed to bring in the cemetery, okay? It's very, very strict, our cemetery here. So guys, don't forget to give me like, okay? Because now 3 and then now 2, so don't forget to give me like, okay? So don't be lazy, guys, to give me the thumbs up. So because it's just like, well, a few days ago, that's, Typhoon Kristen, but some part of uh, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao is still flooded. But some people, they just light the candle for the souls of their loved ones who passed away. So that's what I do, guys. Okay, so because the my parents, especially my father, we have our own cemetery in our own land, okay? But that's in my hometown. In my hometown, that's in Negros Occidental. Guys, don't forget to give me thumbs up, because 5 of you is watching right now. Just only 2 person who gave me thumbs up. So guys, don't be lazy. Okay, that's free. Okay, that's free. So my father buried in our own land, or we have our own cemetery. My grandparents is there, my aunties, my niece, my cousin is buried there, okay? So, well, my other siblings, they're in charge for that. But here right now, my mother buried here in Metro Manila is in Bagong Bayan, that's in Taguig City. So I cannot really go there because there's an area there, it's flooded. Okay, it's not really safe also to go on the flood area, because we don't want to get sick, especially on the water that, from the flood water. It's easy for you to catch leptospirosis. So we avoid that. So what I did is just like, I just, when I woke up early in the morning, and then I prepare candle for my mother-in-laws, my brother in-law, and everything, my uh, uh, deceased family on my side. So I just light up a candle. So that's as usual, that you can, if you cannot really visit the grave, So all you have to do is just lighten, lighten the candle. So I will show you guys. Okay. Say over there. See? So I have to put on the salad bowl. That's a conventional, type of glass. So it's not really, harmful, because the conventional glass, it's very resistant for the heat, so it won't crack. And then I put water, so well, prevention is better than safety. Okay, so, and that's it. So maybe I could just, once the candle is running out, I gonna replace that. So I just use the floating candle for that. Guys, please, come on. What's wrong with you guys? What's wrong with these people? Why you cannot give me a thumbs up? Okay. So don't be lazy, huh? So that's the thing. Actually, excuse me, November 1st here in the Philippines, the Philippines will mark the annual All Saints Days and All Souls Day. This is a public holidays, November 1 and November 2nd, or November 2. Okay. Millions of Catholic across the Philippines typically travel to their hometown or provinces and visit the cemeteries, okay, and hi kids, hello, and Memorial Park to honor their ancestor during the holiday. Good evening to you, kids. How is when is your coming here in the Philippines? So I know that in the West is on the 31st of October, but here in the Philippines is November 1st. That's why we celebrate All Souls Day and All Saints Day. So actually, a lot of Filipino is very confused about that, because yesterday, wow, because it's almost to winter time, kids. Oh my god. So because here, yesterday I went to the mall, and then I asked the taxi driver, oh, what is your plan, kuya, uh, tomorrow for All Saints Day? And then he said, no, it's not All Saints Day, it's just like, in Spanish, the All Saints Days is just like Dia de Todos Santos. And then All Souls Day, that's in Todos los Santos in Spanish. So he said, no, it's not. No, because I told him, kuya, it's just like November 1st is All Saints Day. And November 2 is All Souls Day. But we Filipino, it's just like we have our own interpretation for that. Okay, so actually, the Todos los Santos can be translated as the following word in the Philippines, or in Tagalog words, is just like we call that undas. Undas means is Day of Dead. Hi Michael, hello. But you are dealing with heavy rain. Yes. Because actually, just kids, 3 days ago, it's just like, Baguio Christine or Typhoon Christine just left the area of responsibility. And now we expected this coming weekend, Typhoon Leon. So they said that in when I watch, the local news, it says that this is gonna be a super typhoon. But the Typhoon Leon is will landfall in Batanes. Batanes, that's very prone in typhoon because that's a small island, but in the uh, high, the what do you call that? The higher level of land that it's easy to catch, or usually the typhoon always landfall on that Batanes group of island. Yeah, I'm thank God, thanks God that my area here is very very safe when it comes to typhoon, when it comes to flood. Okay, but there's certain area here in my place that is not really it's not really safe. But usually Filipino are very alerted if there's if there's a heavy rain, 3 hours, they already the barangay already informed them that they need to evacuate their area for their safety. So we're already, you living here in the Philippines, kids, that you already knows that once if there's a typhoon, it's non-stop, it's heavy. So the barangay will inform that it's time for you to leave your place for the safety, and then the evacuation center is prepared, like public school and other basketball court. I'm with my mom. We are cooking burritos, beef and cheese. Oh my god. Speaking of burritos, well, the reason why I went to the store yesterday, because I don't know, it suddenly we crave of, sloppy Joe. So I'm gonna cook that maybe tomorrow, or some days that, oh my God, we're very crave of the sloppy Joes. And I did it, because Frank mentioned about the sloppy Joe. What the heck is sloppy Joe? Is that you slap? No, so it's just like, wow, this is interesting, the sloppy Joe. So I really want to, try that, the sloppy Joe, because, first time I hear. Usually when I do researches, usually cowboy, they love to eat sloppy Joe. So that's the thing that I went to the store. But guys, for those people, especially Western people, because we're already here in month of November 1st, and then until December, guys, if you want to buy something like do grocery, you have to go early in the morning. So it doesn't matter, you have to wait, to opening the supermarket for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, because if you're gonna go late, like 11 a.m. and then onwards, it's gonna be crowded, guys. Yesterday I went to the mall. Is just I arrived them arrived at the mall. It's just like 10:30. But my guys, the lines for the payment section was so crowded, because there's a lot of people now that they prepare for their noche buena, medianoche. So it's gonna be a crowded. Okay. She will be 80 years old. Wow, that's amazing. Your mom is 80 years old, and still she can able, to cooking burrito. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, because when I look, this is so interesting. When I look the ingredients of sloppy Joe. So when I look on my cabinet or my pantry, oh, I have ingredients here. The only thing that I don't have is the buns. So I have to get that buns in the supermarket. and then green bell pepper, because I want green bell pepper on my sloppy joes. Sloppy joes. So for those, for those Western people, this is our culture when we celebrate, celebrate on dusk or Day of Dead. But usually, before that, for kids, they do a trick or treat. So yesterday was so crowded at the mall because, some of the fast food chain at the mall or shop in the mall, they just do trick or treat. So kids can go there and get some candies. Nice, my dad will be 82 Jan 1 and still live by himself, does everything for him and gets around just fine. Wow, that's amazing, Michael. Actually, my mom, she passed away. She was, 60 years old, very young, very young. My mom passed away because of the cervical cancer. And then my father, he passed away at the age of 71. The too much, too much smoking. What they call that? Emphysema. That's the cause of his death. Because the doctor uh, told us that his lungs, okay, his lungs was just like, when you burn a plastic, it's just like crumple and then stick it together, stick it, and there's no chance. So that's why for those people that have emphysema, they have a hard time to breathe because their lungs is no longer healthy. It's just like it was uh, squeeze because of the, well, they said about the nicotine. So that's the cause. That's the cause of death. But my father, if he's not chain smoker, because he's very, his diet is very light. He's not really type on the cooking like frying. So he love fish, he love vegetable, he eat chicken, but not too many pork and beef. But well, that time that buying pork or beef, it's kind of expensive, okay? Expensive. So he prepared to eat vegetable and fish, and then chicken. He grown chicken in his backyard, so it's free. But pork and beef, well, it's not really often he eat. But the problem is, he smoked too much, and then I noticed about my father. I never, like Frank, when I saw him smoke, I saw the smoke came out on his mouth. But my father don't. Just a little smoke came out in his mouth. I don't know. He swallowed the smoke. I quit smoke. Oh, good for you. Good for you. Good for you, Michael. So that's the thing, guys, that here it's, I just want to share some, some traditional culture that we do celebrate it or celebrate, especially today because it's November 1st. And then some other, cities, especially outside Metro Manila, or the three regions, they have their own traditional food that they cook. Just only they cook that for the month of November 1st and November 2nd. So in my hometown in Negros Occidental, usually we never, we're not oftenly to cook that kind of, food. Okay, for just regular, regularly. We cook that November 1st. You know, it's sticky rice, food made of sticky rice. Some we use that as main dish, and some we just use that as like a dessert, something sweet. Okay, so there's so many food that we cook. It's made of sticky rice. So I just want to share that because especially for those for those Western people that if you gonna experience this. Don't worry. Don't worry about that because that's our culture. So that's a good thing that if you're gonna watch on my show, you will know that this is Filipino. It's very normal to us that we celebrate that, or we cook that at the certain um, type of holidays that we celebrate, especially now. So maybe later I'll gonna cook one of my favorite, Balenciana is just like similar to paella or paella. How can you pronounce that? Okay, so it's made of sticky rice with meat, and then you add a little turmeric powder. The add flavor also at the same time. Add color on your rice, and then what else? And then it's up to you. You can use chicken meat, uh, pork, or you can use shrimp also, but me, I prefer to use pork meat, and then and I love liver, chicken liver, or yeah, chicken liver, so it's very tasty. Or you can use for economical way of cooking of Balenciaga, you can use chicken liver or chicken gizzard. It's good also. So the it's made of sticky rice, and it's very perfect with a road coffee. Okay, hold on guys. Let me on my electric fan. I feel hot. Okay na. So that's the thing that I love to share my Filipino culture, Filipino tradition. Okay, so that's the thing that. So for those we usually some as if you go with the Filipino family, sometimes they just bring some food that they cook, and just put a little, a little amount of food and bring it to the cemetery. We call that, they offer food with, with the, you know, with the easiest family. So we call that, in Tagalog, we call that handa. No, no, no. It's not handa. It's just like alay. Offer. We call that alay. So when you do when you attend Catholic mass, before that, they just gave, they gave offer, sometimes fruits, money, or what. Same with some, Filipino family, that they just bring some food, a little food that, they bring that, example, if your mother loves to eat like the sticky rice, just like, a biko, they just bring that small amount and, bring it that. So don't be surprised if you experience it. Don't say something that, oh, is this, this is ridiculous, but don't say that, because, might, the family of your girlfriend will get upset on you, because it's very, it's very, very, what do you call that, very serious when Filipino doing that, especially on November 1st. Okay, so if you want something to say, just keep on yourself. Don't do it. You're gonna voice out for that. Because your Filipino girlfriend or your Filipino wife will, well, will get upset, because it really shows that you don't respect her, or you don't respect her uh, deceased family, or something like that. So a lot of Filipino that, and they just do that because, like I mentioned, that, they spend their time to go out of, especially travel to their town, just to visit the grave and clean the grave, repaint, and spend a half day, and then after that back home. Sometimes especially some public cemetery, they have maintenance, but you have to pay them, so that the grave of your the grave there, it's well maintained, clean. But some of Filipino, they don't really have enough fund to pay for those caretaker, so they just go there every year to clean, or to repaint the niche. So that's very um, traditional here in the Philippines. And then now that some public cemetery, to avoid crimes or incident, you're not allowed to go there, because before they allow to bring some food, because some, they bring food and eat together on the grave, okay. And then now they still, I don't know, because they not really tell. But some things that they don't allow you to bring is just like lighter, something something like sharp, like knife. Or they don't allow some uh, liquor or alcohol drinks. There's a it's not allowed. It's not allowed, because some people, when they get drunk, that's the cause of, it's easy for them to forget and do something annoying. And some people, they cannot really stand that, that's the cause of fight, or anything that it's really bothered them, or they don't really like. So it's very now that we practice going to the cemetery. It's just like, be quiet, and just stay there, spend a few hours with your uh, deceased family, and do a prayer, things like that. And not all, but some other religion, they don't do that. Only Catholic people doing that. Okay, but some of those, like born again Christian, they don't. Some other other religion, I don't know if they're gonna do, but I'm sure like INC, I don't think that they do that. And then Jehovah Witnesses, I don't think they do that. But just only Catholic people will do like the thing that I mentioned. So today we celebrate All Saints Day. All Saints Day. Okay, in for real, but it's just like Filipino. We just celebrated that also. All Souls Day. But in history, All Saints Day. So that's why November 1st and November 2nd. So November 1st is All Saints, and All Souls Day on this November 2nd. So it's just like commemorates one, commemorates souls in purgatory. That's why we sometimes like I experienced long time ago. There's a priest go to other cemetery, private or public cemetery. They just go there, and if you want to ask to bless the grave of your people who pass away, they just pray, the priest pray for that. and uh, you have to give a donation. Okay, they don't ask something, but some priest, I don't know if it's that real, that a long time ago they did that. They just visit in other cemetery, and then do blessing, and then there's a sacristan sacristan. So guys, there's so many boodle or fake things that doing that, but I don't know. But now I don't see that, because 3 years ago I visited my mom's grave with my nephew and niece. So we ask people, is there's a priest go around here and bless, and then they said no, it's no longer that. But I don't know some other cemetery. But here I feel sad, because somewhere in Bulacan, the cemetery there is, until now is flooded. Okay, it's flooded, so they cannot really go there. Some, they just really go there, just to visit the grave. But sometimes it's not really safe, because like I said, guys, you can get disease, go on the flood water, especially the leptospirosis, guys. Okay, so it's better, to do what I do, just light the candle on the, but you have to make sure that the candle is on the under the water, because majority of the cause of fire here in the Philippines is they left the candle light light on. So sometimes it's not really safe, but you have to put something on the water, so that if something you forgot, or you take a nap, your house is safe. But as much as I can, I always, I don't want to sleep, because sometimes I do sleeping when I have a parcel. I do sleep on that. But once I lighting the candle, I don't. I make sure that I wait on that day, because I want safe for doing that. Actually, it reminds me in the province that, oh my God, this is so crazy, because like I said that, there's a certain food that we cook, like made of sticky rice. So the cost of coconut, the what do you call that? It's not the coconut, the brown coconut, because the green is just boko. It's very young. So if you want to get the coconut milk, you have to buy the brown coconut, because that's uh made of coconut milk. Oh my God, guys! The cost of coconut in the province, especially my hometown, is very expensive. So a lot of people, like 2 months before, they already bought coconut, and different barangay, because it's less. But if you're gonna buy today, or November 1st, or before November, 2 days before November 1st, oh my God, that's the mentality of Filipino, that they will triple or double the price for that. And now, one of the famous you know area in Metro Manila is Dangwa. Actually, Dangwa is just like a bus station. Okay, so it's just like very famous, because that's area in Dangwa in Metro Manila. That's the wholesale of different flowers that they get from Baguio City. Okay, so now they said a lot of vendors that they're not really the, and now there's a lot of supplies of different types of flowers. So, and well, still it's still in the process that Filipino starts to back up, on the, during the lockdown, because it's totally zero income. And now that still, the cost of flower, especially like I said, guys, if it's holidays, that, November 1st, the cost of flowers, or the bouquet of flowers, instead buying that in a regular price, a lot of, flower vendors, they just double or triple. But now they complain that just less, less customer buy those, flowers, because, the cost is hilarious, guys, and so expensive. So some, they just buy flowers, and they make their own, DIY bouquet of flower that they're gonna bring to the grave of their loved ones who passed away. So that's, that's the problem when it comes to here. And now it's after the November, or All Souls Day. Wait, December, there's a lot of, there's a lot of stuff that they sell, especially at the mall. Oh my goodness. My goodness, it's very expensive, guys, because they think that, oh, that's why, here in the Philippines, go to different malls. We have so bunch of malls here. So every city, not only one malls, they have two, three, four, okay? Because now some of the high-rise building, they build on the ground floor, or the second, or level ground, or ground floor, they build their own malls. Okay, so all, on the upper part, okay, it's just like list for office, and then residential. So they're very smart, to build that kind of, establishment, especially for those high rise building, because they don't want to go to the other, other cities. They already there. When they go down, it's everything is there, malls, movie house. So that's, that's the good thing. Even though in BGC, or like, they have like that, in the high street. Oh my god, you don't have to go on other street. And then right there, there's a mall. Okay, there's a restaurant. So that's a good thing. But there's so many, there's so many stuff that, oh, they try to tempt you, all the sales. But you have to be careful about the sales. Sometimes sales that they sale, it's sometimes it's damaged. So you have to be careful about, especially for those clothes that you really want to buy. Okay, you have to look at the color, the slip, everything, because sometimes you cannot really see the, the damage. Unlike in the States, that, if they're gonna do a midnight sale or sale, the item, it's good. But here in the Philippines, sometimes it's not really good, because it reminds me, I bought the, the blue jeans. It's nice. Okay, I fit it. It's very, fit it well to my, to my body. Oh my God, guys, because, here's my thought process when I bought something, clothes, I don't wear that right away, because some people, they just, they wear that without washing. But me, first, I have to wash it and iron it before I wear that. Oh my God, when I wash the pants, and then I iron it, and when I wear, it's just like, oh my god, the other side, the other side of the pants is long, and the other side is just like, have you seen Michael Jackson, when he do a concert, that, his pants is, is not really, there's a gap to show his sparkly sacks. That's what. Oh my god, so I never wear that. So that's one thing that I mentioned about that. Be careful of the sales here in the Philippines. I'm not saying most of the sale, but you have to be, be careful. You have to be, what do you call that? On details look. And of course, the food. Okay, the food. Don't grab it. You have to check the best before, because sometimes they do buy one take two. Sometimes, most of, it's very common, buy one take one. Okay, but you have to take a look, the best before, because they do that. It's just like the food, it's just like last for 1 month or 2 months, so you cannot really stack that for the whole uh for the long time. So it's just like you have to eat that. So especially when you buy that too much, and then it's just like, it's sometimes, if we have too much stock on that, you forgot that, let me check, that my canned goods. Because what it happens to me that, okay, now that I have, so 2 weeks ago I checked on my pantry, and there's a lot of expired canned soup, uh, pork and beans, and, like, because we love to stock, like, fruits in can. But they say that, as long as it's not open, it's still good. But I don't want that. I don't want that, because the the contamination. That's why they said best before. So I have to throw it that. Okay, because actually I'm not really the reason why I love to buy canned foods, because that's we consider that as emergency food, especially here in the Philippines, that is during the rainy season. Some part of the some part of Metro Manila, that you cannot really go there because it's flood. So that's one thing that I love stock canned food. And you have to also to check that, guys. So now I have to organize, food that I have in the cabinet. So usually, actually, that it happened in 2021, before the lockdown. So they just end up until 2024. There's a certain month that, the best before. So what I did is just like all 2026 or 2027, best before 2026, 27. I put it at the back of the cabinet. And then 2024 or 2025, especially 2024, it's just like 3 months or uh, 4 months. So I just put on the name, the sticker, so it tells, "Eat me." So meaning, I look at, oh, eat me. So meaning that, just a few months before the expiration. So now you have to be careful, guys, to look, especially when you go on the supermarket. Because now, yesterday, oh my God, there's a lot of sales, especially canned foods, okay, and then noodles. You have to check, the best before, guys, because you don't want to end up wasting food. Because one thing that I really hate is just wasting food. I don't like that, because I do believe the saying that there's a lot there's a lot of Filipino that they cannot really eat. So what's the reason? I'm blessed that I have food, so I don't want to do that, because I'm blessed to have that food on my table. It's just like, I'm just wasting. No, I don't. Okay. So the crazy thing is, I just, speaking of food, guys, I experienced that, well, Western people, they're not really into that, especially when you buy fish. Okay, they just don't really like the fish. Cut off the fish and throw it. And we Filipino, wait, the best part of the fish, especially, big fish, is the head. Especially when you make that a soup. Oh, it's very, the broth is very tasty. And now when I experience with Frank, especially, I bought that time, big tilapia, because I love, fillet. I love, to fillet tilapia. And then he said, you have to remove the head. And then, for what? I'm gonna cook that. Okay. So in when you cut the head, there's still, meat on that. So I did not throw it away, because when I buy that, it's part of the price. So what I did is just like, I clean that and I cook. Especially, ginataang, ginataang tilapia with with talong. It gets, Filipino loves that a bit spicy, so I just cook that good, and then instead of throwing that, I give for those, our security guards here, because I know not all security guards, they can eat good as what we eat. So instead throwing that, why should I, why should I throw that food? Then I know to myself that I can, able to make some food that, or giving those people that they can eat well. So that's what I do, guys. I don't throw things that I know that I can able to help other people. So I cook it well. I cook with love. And I just don't cook that just like something that, so I know the time that, the security here eat lunch or dinner, and then I ask, do you and then I just talk to them, in Tagalog. Kuya, do you have ulam? Kuya, do you have food? And then I know that they shy, and then they just smile, that I know I already tell them that no, they don't. And then, I told them, come here, Kuya, I give you something. And then when they look at and the smell good, it looks so yummy. Oh my God, I can see the big smile on their face. And that's one thing that every time I have, a favor for the security here, they don't hesitate. Okay, they're not. They will not refuse about my favor to ask for them. They always, they always nice to me, and assess me if things that I need. Okay, so that's one thing that, I don't really take the advantage that, okay, I have money to buy food whatever I want to eat, so I just throw it. No. But sometimes, Frank, sweetheart, no, don't do, you can throw it away, but sometimes, oh my God, food. No, 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 no. I can do something that, I can help to other people. That's the thing that, I don't like. I really hate throwing food. Okay. So that's the reason why when I cook food, just only me and Frank, I don't really cook over two person. Okay? Because that's the thing that, you will stock a lot of leftover sometimes. Leftover, guys, leftover food, it's just also good for 3 days. Okay, 3 days. Once it's over 3 days, you have to dispose that, guys, because that's the start of, grow the bacteria. So it depends, so me, I just learned that, once it's a bit, I have leftover food, I put it in the, the container, put it in the fridge right away. I don't want to stay a few hours outside, and then put it in the fridge. So once it's a bit, it's a bit not hot, or sometimes, it's if it's cold now, I put it in the box and put it inside the fridge. Okay, so just only 3 days, guys. So that's the reason why I don't cook a lot. I don't cook a lot. Once it's 3 days over, if I have leftover, once it's 3 days over, I'm gonna dispose that, because it's not safe also, to store your food that, too many hours exposed outside, because that's the start of, sometimes it's suddenly, you had a stomach ache. But you use, oh, I eat usually this. Okay? So you have to be careful also to store your food, guys. So that's, that's the thing that I'm very, very careful, I'm very, very careful about, eating leftover food. So guys, take note guys, don't cook, like example, if you have 4 or 5 in the family, just calculate, if, if that's the food that's your favorite, let's calculate that there's a little leftover, okay? If there's a leftover guys, that's why I love to use a ziplock, because on the ziplock there's a label there. You have to put the label there, and then if you don't want to eat that, the leftover guys, you have to put it in the freezer, or you have to store that on your ziplock, or any container for leftover. So if you don't want to eat that on the next day, so you have to store that in the freezer, because once your food is frozen, it will last for a month, okay? But don't, okay guys, this is the thing that after 3 days, and then you don't want to throw that and then put it in the freezer, don't do that guys. No, don't, because it's not safe, it's not healthy. It might cause of your food poisoning. So if you don't want to eat that on the next day, all you have to do, just store that straightly in your freezer. That's how I do. That's why Frank asked me last year, what do you want for Christmas gift? We have a, how many cubic is this? 10 cubic refrigerator, but the freezer is not too big. It's not too big for, to stock food supply for the month. So, and if we're gonna buy, food for the whole week, it's not really even 1 week supply. I have a hard time. I have to remove those, the ice maker, so that all my meat can stock there. So he asked me, what do you want for your Christmas gift last year, guys? And then, anything? I asked him, anything? And then he said, yeah. And then I told him, I want freezer. So we bought freezer. That's my gift. So now, because the time also, I'm get tired of doing groceries every week, guys. Because my stock is only for good for 1 week. So now I don't do that every week. So I do that once a week. I already have a list for the menu, and then sometimes my supply for the whole month is still have leftover. So that's when I go to the next month, so all the old meat, I just cook that first. And guys, be aware of the food that you cook. Don't cook that, sometimes, people that, very takaw tingin, I don't know what's takaw tingin. They just like, I'm gonna explain this. How can you, uh, what, how can you say this in your own term, especially for those Western people, that it just like, there's some people, guys, that, they just put everything on their table, but, they're not really eat all that. So we call that in Tagalog, takaw tingin. They just like to put something on their plate, but they don't really finish that. That's a good thing that, when you have a freezer, you can stock everything on your freezer. So that it's very convenient. Because, why should I, why is, clothes? I have so many clothes. Oh no, shoes. I have shoes. But things that I need freezer. Okay, so that, I can stock food. So that's really, it really helped me, guys, that, because, every month I have budget for the food every month. So it's just like, the budget that I gonna use that for the next month, I don't really use that, because of, the thing that, if there's a leftover, so we don't want to eat that on the next day, so I just store that in the freezer. And then the next day that, oh, we took something that, oh, I want to eat burrito or what, or lumpia. So I have to check on my freezer. Oh, and look at the level also. This is the thing that, okay, we still have, so I don't need to prepare that. So what I need is to reheat, or it's ready to cook. So it's very, especially now here in the Philippines, that the inflation, it's so terribly bad. But we, the minimum wage is not enough. So now the 600 pesos for, for 8 hours, that minimum wage, but it's not enough. If you have children, two or three, that 600 is not enough, because 600 something, 600 plus pesos is not enough. Because here's the thing, you cannot bring that. Our home is 600 net. You have to deduct your everyday transportation. Okay, you have do the math, that your allowance and then your food allowance. So the net that you might have 300 pesos. So how can you support your family for that amount? So you have to be smart enough, to do something that, especially food, guys. Okay. Hi, Peter. Freezer is good until no electricity. Hi. Hi, Peter. How are you? So that's the thing, guys, that I'm very aware of that. And you have to be creative. If something, there's a there's a leftover, like, fried chicken, guys. Okay. What is the menu for the leftover fried chicken that you can make another fresh menu? Okay, simple as that. You can make macaroni soup for Filipino macaroni soup. Okay, so if you want, the macaroni, the pasta macaroni, it's like carbohydrates, and then just add something there. It's just like a big meal for your family. You have to be creative, but you know at the same time, it's healthy for your family to eat that. So I love doing that, guys. When it comes to food, I love to do that. But I learned my lesson, that you always check the food that you have. Okay, best before. Okay, so once it's expired, then throw it. Okay, throw it. Don't hesitate. Throw it away. Even here, more people are homeless because price go up. Yeah. And that's one thing, guys, that be careful. That's why those people that sometimes uh I really look this thing, that because I'm blessed that I can buy whatever I want to eat, but I don't take that advantage, guys. So I very smart, to deal with the food that we eat. So we don't really take advantage. Oh, we can buy anything, but it's just like, I just look for the other people that they cannot really eat. Okay, so I have to be careful about that. And imagine, guys, during the lockdown, oh my God, so like, we buy, it's so funny, because I bought, applesauce, but Frank doesn't really like the applesauce. Okay. So he said that you can throw it, because I'm not really into what the heck is applesauce? The only apple I eat is, the fresh, or, apple pie or what. But, the apple sauce, for me, it tastes like, it's like a baby food. But, he don't really like the apple sauce that, he used to eat in the States, okay? Because when it comes to apple sauce on that, there's so many type of apple sauce that they have in the States. So he said, I don't want that, because I don't want to put something on my cabinet that we don't want to eat. So what I did, guys, so instead throwing that, what I did, I make that into a bread. Okay? So I use applesauce to make apple bread, apple cake, applesauce cake. So when I try it, it's good. It's good. So what I did is just like, of course, there's so many maintenance here. There's the maintenance and the gardens here, swimming pool, the water filter. There's a maintenance there. So I just bake that. Well, I tried. It's good. But instead throwing the applesauce, so I use my brain to make that into applesauce cake, and it came out. It's good. So I just sliced that, and every day here there's somebody there cleaning the hallway and cleaning the door, and I know, Kuya, you want some apple cake? And then he said, of course I can say, apple cake. And then, this is good, Kuya. I tried it. This is good. And then I just pack that in different, that they can able, to share with their co-workers. So I just do that, guys. Instead throwing food. Like I said that I hate, I hate throwing that food. Sometimes Frank cannot really use of that. Don't worry, don't worry. So, come on, Frank. I need that. So they're very happy because instead, the money that they use that to buy their food, it's safe. Safe because I give them no food that they don't need to buy that. That's my thought process, guys. I agree with Frank. What is the point of apples? So that's. But for me, Peter, wait, applesauce. I bought this, and then now I bought it, just threw it away. So I have to do research, of course. What's the use of internet? Okay, so I just go on the thing that how can I make this into a delicious cake? So that's what I do, guys. Look, the workers here, the maintenance worker here, they have a big smile, okay? Ay, nako. So that's the thing that, I'm very good of doing that. I don't really, on the process that, wait a minute, throw it away. No. I do my effort. I do my labor that, just don't waste the money because I believe that some of Filipino, they don't really have food. So me, I have privilege for that. I have privilege for that. So why should I waste on that privilege? So I just share. So during the lockdown, guys, I don't know. It's just like, when I saw people that needed help, especially when it comes food, I'm very hands on that. Okay, so there's I do a little story about this, guys, before I end up. Okay, so here in our main gate, there's a waiting shade there, but it's part of the property. And there's a homeless. And every time I sit, because I love to ride on the jeepney. So every time I'm waiting for the jeepney, there's a guy that, always, asks. Here's the thing, guys, that, there's a lot of people here asking money. I don't give them money. I'm just be honest, guys. I don't give them money. But I'm very kind to them to share my food. Okay, so I every time, I think, he's already knows me that, oh, this woman living in this place. He always do like that. I told him, Kuya, I don't. Are you hungry? And then he said, yes, mom. You like food? And then he said, yes, mom. Before that, I have to, before I go to the place, I have to run towards back to my unit and prepare some food. And then Frank, what are you doing? Oh, wait, there's a homeless there. Asked me money, but I refused to give him money. And I asked him, do you want food? And then he said, yes. So I have to bring their food to him. And I make some juice. Oh my God. and bring some, bring some ice cubes so that, he feels that, he feel that comfortable the food that I give. But this is the thing that, wait a minute, every time I'm standing, he always there. Okay? And then I stop because, I don't want that, sometimes, helping people is not also good. I do believe the saying that you help people how to fish, okay? But sometimes, helping people that, they just waiting for you to help. No, it's not really good. Just you can do it one time, but, it's better to help people, you know, how to help people to fish, and then they can feed their life for a long time. That's, the main thing. So, well, it's just like, oh my God, I have a heart of, I have a heart of poor or less people for that. I preserve my own food. I don't need to go shopping. Only 3 months to go and only what I don't grow. Yeah, that's a good thing. Peter, if you have farm, you can you can preserve like vegetable, especially fruits. Okay, because well, here in the Philippines that we don't really. But sometimes there's a certain things that because I have a big freezer. There's a certain things that like vegetable. There's a season that is not really it's not their season. So once it's their season, I bought a lot and I gonna blanch and then keep it in my freezer because it will last 1 month. Okay, so it depends how how you blanch or how you store your vegetable. Okay, guys, so I don't want to stay long here because I already reached the 1 hour. So I just want, stay about an hour so that people will do a uh, replay this. They don't will get tired because it's too long. So 1 hour is enough, to watch, especially in the live streaming, do a replay. So once again, guys, so for those Filipino, always always do safe, okay, especially now that we're gonna expect another typhoon Leon, so be careful. And then for those for those on the cemetery, once it's gonna rain, leave the cemetery to avoid to avoid flood or what. So once again, guys, on das or day of dead, so just well, just pray. And I don't really celebrate something that, because they already dead, they need a peaceful life. So you don't want to you don't want to do something, a spooky thing or what. Well, it's just like the scary story, but we don't want that, because the only thing we don't want really, I'm gonna say this before I gonna end. You don't have to scared of the ghost that they said, literary ghost. You have to scared of the real people, because they are the real monster. They are the real ghosts in our lives. So once again, guys, happy All Souls Day and All Saints Day. So once again, maraming salamat, and have a good day to everyone, and have a good night. So see you next time. Bye.